Hey guys, Stefan here, the Photobook Guru, and this week I'm reviewing the lay flat photo books from Saal Digital. So, just before I go into my close-ups, I want to show you that I got two books from them which are identical, but one book is a glossy hardcover and glossy pages, and the other one is going to be a matte hardcover and matte pages. The reason why I did the books in two copies in two different finishes is to be able to show you the difference between the two papers and the covers as well. I think I have a new favorite. I'm really happy with these books. They have so many options for cover. They use silver halide printing, they have amazing dynamic range and contrast, and the editing worked really well as well. These are just some of the highlights that you'll see in the review later on. And I've also got a voucher code for you. Use Photobook Guru 17 at checkout with your Saal Digital photo books, and you're going to get £20 off from your final order total, and the code is valid until the 30th of October 2017, so you've got plenty of time to make your books. I'm going to give you just a very quick peek into the book just so you can see what it's all about. This is a book I made about my trip to Chiang Mai, and these are some of the layouts that you can see in the book. Okay, so let's start with the usual fives: cover, binding, paper, printing, and the software. Alright, so for the cover of the book, you've got so many options. You can have the image wrap, which could be glossy or matte. You can have leather, which has a variety of colors: white, sapphire, cream, titanium, cognac. You can have a wood look slate, you can have metallic gold, you can have eggshell linen, you can have light pink linen, and all the covers can be padded or unpadded. This company is probably the one which offers the most cover options that I've come across so far. The only other one I can think of is Ziano, which has quite a few cover options, but here you've got like 15 options for the cover, and all of them can be padded or unpadded, so I think that's really a plethora of options, and you should really try them out. They're all looking really great. Now, this book is the glossy image wrap, and it's unpadded, and that's how it looks. You can see it's really nice and glossy. On the spine, you've got the text as usual, and on the back, I've just got the image as well. Now, as you might notice, there's no company logo on the book, on the front or the back, and the only thing you've got is this small barcode, which you can obviously get rid of if you pay a little surcharge. I show you the other book as well. That's the matte cover. As you can see, it's the same quality, the same hardcover, and it just doesn't have any shine. So when you put the two together next to each other, let's put it that way, you can see the gloss and the matte. So let's go on to the binding. They only offer lay flat binding for all of their books. You don't get any traditional non-lay flat binding, which is obviously a really good start. If I show you the binding up close, that's the way it is. So basically you get double spreads, which are printed like as a single sheet, and then they are stuck together, so just the traditional lay flat binding that you get. It is a really high quality binding. I can't have any complaints or moans about it. It pages through wonderfully. If I turn the book around, that's kind of how the pages open. As you can see, it's really free and perfect. Let's go on to the paper, because here is another big strength of the book. So you've got two options for your spreads. You've got the glossy and the matte. I chose glossy in the glossy cover book, and I chose matte paper for the matte cover book. So these are the glossy pages. Now this is, as I said in the intro, it's really hard to decide which one is better, because the glossy obviously has so deep tones, and the contrast and dynamic range is so much better than in the matte. But sometimes if you have texts or other kinds of objects on your book, then the gloss might make it look a little bit tacky, and it might look more like a photo album as opposed to a photo book, if that makes any sense. But again, the glossy pages are insanely good, and the paper quality is beautiful. It's just your usual glossy. It's like a photo print, really. That's the kind of glare that you get on the glossy paper. And I show you the matte as well. Let's just put it up. And this is the exact same book, obviously, but with the matte pages. Now the matte looks to me as a luster photo paper. It's not completely matte, it has the beautiful sand texture that you get with lustrous paper. The blacks are not so deep as in the glossy, but that's what you would expect from, you know, a matte paper. It doesn't have the same reflection, but again, if you like matte, then this is probably a better choice for you. It does just as a good job, and I absolutely adore the lustrous texture. It's beautiful. It has the subtle sand texture. Amazing, love it, love it. It's really top-notch quality. Let me put the two papers together so you can see the difference in the tone and in the texture. The lay flat books that they offer on the website, which are called photo books, all have the same thickness pages, which are open 34mm. Now, as you can see, these bend quite easily, and they are not as thick as the ones I've reviewed in the past. However, if you would like thicker pages, they've got the PhotoBook XT, which is more like a flush mount book, and they are 600 grams per square meter and 1.05 millimeter in thickness. The maximum page count in the standard photo books is 120 pages, and the minimum is 26, and I think that's really amazing because most companies kind of die at 100 pages or 60-70 pages with the lay flat books. So 120 gives you quite enough room to get you know even a big trip into the book. If you want the thicker pages in the flush mount books, then the page count is much smaller, but I'm going to review those books in a separate video, so follow up. Okay, let's go on to printing. The company is using silver halide printing. Everything that they print, the posters, the cards, the prints, and the photo books are all printed through photographic exposure technology. That's why you get amazing shades, and also when you look at the picture up close, you can see how the tones kind of melt into each other as opposed to having little dots in the digital offset printers. Colors are beautiful, and I would probably dare to say they are some of the most accurate colors that I've seen in the photo books that I've tried. Nothing's oversaturated, nothing's undersaturated. The shadows look beautiful, the highlights are not overexposed. I didn't get any errors in it, any artifacts, so I'm really happy with the colors and the quality of the print. And finally, let's go on to the software. So you need to go to the website and download the software. You can't do the books online. When you download the software, this is how it opens up. You see the various products that they do. You click on photo books, and then you've got a few options. The extra thick, which is more like a flush mount book, the normal lay flat book, softcover, gift box, and photo booklet. I'm gonna go to photo book, select the size, just go for, I don't know, this one. These are in centimeters, by the way, they are not in inches. And before you start the book, you have to select all of these options that I've already talked about: the cover, the padding, spreads, the glossy or matte pages, gift box, barcode, blah blah blah, and then you select the number of pages, which you can obviously alter later on in the book. You go to design, and here you've got the 4 options. Now you can either do an empty template, which is basically do it from scratch, and you've got the auto layout, where basically when you start dragging in images, it's going to arrange them automatically. You've got the double page layout, which basically means that you've got one photo for every spread, and you've got the designs option. Now if I click on this one, here are the layouts that come up. Now when you first look at it, you're like, it doesn't look so eye-catching and so creative like some of the competitors. But don't be fooled, because when you go into the layouts, they actually offer so much more than this. So I did the all-rounders in the books that I was showing you, and you've got the block art and the retro. So let's go for retro, and you need to select your images, and it's going to do it automatically for me now. Okay, so let me talk you through. So basically you've got your usual image browser on the left, you've got the book in the middle, in the bottom you've got the pages, you can scroll through, add pages, delete pages. And on the right, the backgrounds, and here you've got so many. It's just hundreds and hundreds of backgrounds that you can choose from. And then you go to clip art, and you've got loads of little things you can add to your book, especially if you love scrapbooking and children's stuff and things like that. Arrows and flags are really useful for travel books. And then you've obviously got your layouts, and here you can see the layouts from this particular theme. Let me show you the book that I've actually done and the one that I've shown you. Okay, so this was the book that I was showing you earlier on, and you can see how the text looks, and you've got the double page spreads, another little text box there, and again it's really easy to use, and you've got so many options, so don't be fooled by the 6 layout templates that come up when you open the software. And if you go onto a particular image like this one, again you have so many options here. You can crop, you can flip, mirror, in the general you get the information about the picture, you can change opacity, you can change borders, there are so many to choose from, and masks. You can adjust the color, loads of filters to choose from here, add shadows and stuff like that. So that's really all about the software. Okay, so delivery of the book was really quick. It came from Germany, and I think that's where the company is headquartered. At the moment, from the website, I think they only ship to a few European countries. So if you are in the States, you might not be able to get it shipped, but you can email them and they might do it in the near future, I'm not sure. The books costed £39 each. The mat was slightly cheaper, it was £35, and you have to pay £4 or £5 extra for the glossy pages. So it was £39 for a 26-page book. And as I said, you can use the Photobookeroo 17 voucher code and get £20 off your final order value. Alright, so to sum up, the pros and cons of this book. The pros are the amazing quality. I can't stress this enough. It's amazing binding, it's silver halide printing, which gives you the best possible print quality you can imagine. It gives you plenty of cover options. It gives you 2 kinds of paper options, glossy and matte. Both of them have lovely textures. Delivery was really quick, prices are amazing. The only cons I could say about the books are maybe the lack of themes in the editor. As I said, when you open the software, it doesn't look so eye-catching, but when you actually click on the themes, they have so many options inside, and you can do amazing books like this. If you want to see more up-close images of the books or read in more details, go to my blog, thephotobookguru.com. I always have the latest deals and voucher codes for you for all the companies that I've reviewed so far. Follow me on Facebook, and thank you for watching. As always, subscribe for more.